Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. I wasn't going to do this video. Then I started thinking it's so easy. But people, I've been doing woodworking all my life. And I've been lasering for about 12 years. And the woodworking has tremendously helped me because it helps me understand. And I just posted this file, this chair in 1/8" plywood. And somebody said, will it work for 3mm? Well, it kind of will, but it would be sloppy, and it's so easy to fix. There are two parts that the thickness of the wood matters. It's these joints and these tabs. So I thought I would just show you how to convert, and then once I do it, I think I'm going to post it in 3mm. And you still need to test your cuts. But first thing we need to do, and this one isn't as important as the tabs. So let's get an indexing line and let's have it snap right there to the edge. And let's get the parallel dimension tool set in inches. Let's set our units in inches at first, because I'm going to show you that my tab is 0.12. It's actually 0.125 because I added a digit. So now let's change it to millimeters. Go right up here to millimeters, use the parallel dimension tool, and do the exact same line, and you can see it's 3.17. So it's a little bit long for, it's going to stick out a little bit. That's not a problem because you could sand it off after you glued it together. But let's go ahead and correct it. I thought I'd show you how to correct it. So let's find out, we need it to 3mm. So let's just get rid of this one. So we need to move 0.17. Let's get rid of this for a second. And I just did this almost the exact same video yesterday. And we need to take these, and just these, not those, and move them down that 0.17. That's all it took. And then we're going to go and do these bottom ones. Make sure you get all the outer nodes basically. And now it's 3.17, or it should be 3mm. So let's take our indexing line, which I have snapping to, and let's get our parallel dimension tool. And now we have 3mm. So that one's done. Same thing on this, and I won't do it for the video, but I'll do it, and I'm going to repost this file. Now this is kind of the crucial point. These chairs have been moved around, and so they'll fit, in your laser bed, but they need to be parallel to the board, and you can see these are not. And hopefully, I'm going to try this. Hopefully the chair legs are, and I just did this in a previous video on how to get this thing, double click on it, move the rotation in that corner, and then rotate this leg. Because if you don't have these perpendicular, your measurements aren't going to be correct. So let's put a line there, and we're dead on. So this is the easy part. I would take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in and nudge it. We'll have to set our nudge factor on like 2 inches. I'm going to change it back to inches so I know how far 2 inches are. Us bloody Americans don't know millimeters. And then, this is the easy part, just left click, no fill, right click, hairline, and you can see it's 0.126. So let's go to millimeters, select them, and there's 0.1397. So all we have to do is put 3mm with this unlocked. I should have done that before. Unlock that and hit 3mm. That way the top number doesn't change. Go up to Object and ungroup. Get rid of these two outlets. Just hit Delete and nudge these two back. Now you've got 3mm slots. Now what I would do is take that out of the way. Go ahead and take that out of the way so we can group this together, Control G, And then we need to do the same thing for these other two slots. Now there's no bottom of the chair leg, so we're gonna have to just eyeball it, but we can do the same thing we did earlier. Let's put it right there and you can see how far that is off. And I'm gonna show you how important that is, if it's not level. That device is, the thickness of it is 3.47. That little bit of an angle, remember 3.4, I'm gonna type that out, 3.477. Now, let's look at this, and just because that little bit of an angle, so we'll bring in an indexing line, and have it snap to that, double click on this and move our rotation in that corner, and then bring this up to that line. Now look at our measurement. It's 3.12, where it was 3.47. Just that little bit of an angle. That's really important. So we can do the same thing here. Bring this indexing line and have it snap to that corner. We're gonna have to go to object. Well, we don't want to do that yet. We want it all to be one object first. And we're gonna rotate, but we're gonna rotate the chair from that point. Double click on it and move you'll have to grab one of the rotations to where it gets about right in there. And we're really, really close. And you can always change the rotation. And I'm gonna go 289, too much. Let's go back, let's just go backwards. And let's go 288.75. That's how you can minutely move things. Now that we know that we have these two parts right, we can do the same thing we did earlier. Fill them in with the Smart Fill tool. I have found that the Smart Fill tool does not add any other dimension to it. Go up to Object, ungroup it, grab these two objects, hit Delete, and because we nudged them, we can nudge them right back. And now we have two slots. Now, the good thing is you don't have to do that but one time. Group that together, Control G, Control D, and make you a duplicate, and then both sides of the chair are the same. That's pretty easy. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.